Hey guys, this is Brian with B-Stride DIY. So this is a GE fridge and ice maker here. The ice maker was making ice, but it's making it very slowly. So I think I found the fix. Now, as you can see, this is what the ice maker looks like. It's on, and it has these little tines up top, and I'll talk about that in a second, but it's looking a lot better this morning. There's a lot more ice in it, where before there was maybe like 10 cubes. Now there's a lot more. What you want to do first is take out the ice maker, make sure there's no clogs, of course. Make sure there's no ice on the sides or the bottom where the auger here can't turn. That's going to be an issue, but that's kind of separate, and that wasn't the issue for me. So the issue was the ice maker wasn't making ice very fast or enough. Now you want to make sure you push the ice bucket all the way back to where it's engaged with the turning arm. And of course, make sure that the ice maker is on. Now these are the tines that I'm talking about. They're little kind of protrusions that push the ice out. And what happens is when it's time to push the ice out, they rotate over the top. The bottom heats up a little bit enough so the ice won't stick. And then it moves the ice kind of up and around into the bucket. And now you want to make sure water's coming out as well. You could kind of stick around and I'll show you how to go into test mode to check this out. Water is going to come down this little tube here and it's going to fill up in the little reservoir, then come out into the actual ice tray where it's going to freeze. Now to enter test mode to check that these arms are coming up, you can press this 4 times. It's like a lever. It'll depress probably about an inch or 2 inches, and you do that 4 times and then it'll enter into test mode where the tines will come around. You can check the motor that way. But what the fix was for me was I went ahead and closed it, and it said the actual temperature of the freezer was 2 degrees. And I didn't think that was too bad. It said the recommended was 0. So I said, what the heck, let me just put it down to 0. And I was like, well, let's do -1 to catch up just in case. So I left that overnight to -1. I went ahead and you can use the buttons here to set the temp. As you see, I just decreased it, and you can increase it as well. But so what I did is I turned it down to -1, and overnight I've found a lot more ice in here. So what I think was happening was the tines were moving around, but they were moving through water because it hadn't frozen yet. So it would do that a few times probably until the ice cube was actually an ice cube, and then it would push it out. So it was making a lot slower. The other issue could be if the tines aren't moving, it could be an issue with the motor where the motor is catching, but that's a different video.